Hello, my friends. Welcome back. My name is Melanie from Melanie Smith Stamps, and I'd like to welcome you back to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. Today, we are playing with Lawn Fawn, and I am playing with the Heart Panda stamp and die set that has this adorable stencil that also stencils the panda and the bamboo on the stamp set. I'm also using the bamboo 6x6 stencil, and I also purchased this extra set we're not using in the video today, but I grabbed it because I love the way the pandas fit inside it. I love versatility with my dies, so I grabbed that also out of the store. Now, for today's project, I am going to just, at this point in the design process, I was stamping out a bunch of things. So we're going to stamp this all out with the Lawn Fawn Licorice black ink. I'm using my mini MISTI, and I'm going to stamp out a bunch, and then we will decide which items we will play with. This is how I design in my craft room. I like to have things to choose from. So I, of course, want all the pandas, bamboo, a couple sentiments, things to actually choose from when I'm creating and in the creative process. I don't know about you, but you probably do this too at home. So leave me a comment down below and let me know. Do you do this at home, stamp out a bunch and maybe not use everything that you're stamping? Because I know for me, I like to just have things to pick from in my stash. Like when I'm, playing. I don't want to stop again and restamp more things, So I'm doing some extra bamboos here. I'm going to do the butterflies. I do a couple different butterflies. I do that little swirly heart line. I've got a letter, a heart, some extra leaves. Here's some more sentiments. I just love the puns in this set. There's some really cute pun sentiments. If you're a pun lover, definitely grab this set because it is adorable. I'm just prepping the stamps here a little bit. These are sentiment stamps. So, in the little tiny stamps, I like to prep them with my finger before I stamp. It just gives a great impression. And most of the time, it comes out the first time. That just had a little leaf that wasn't stamping the first time, but it stamped the second time. That's why you use the MISTI, right? So, got everything stamped here. Gonna add one more bamboo at the bottom because I can. There's room. So I've got everything stamped now, and I will definitely die cut those after we do some stenciling. So for this stenciling with the pandas, you're actually stenciling the kind of the shadow, and I'm gonna decide to go with pumice stone here. So I showed you the other one there for a second, but I'm actually using pumice stone. And it's just going to kind of give you a shadow. When you see a real life panda bear, they're never completely white. It's an outdoor animal and it's going to be a little dingy. And so you can look at it that way, or you can look at it as you're giving it a rounded look. You're giving it some shadow. And that's what these stencils are for, to give it that rounded look. So that's where I'm actually putting the shadow. I'm putting it around the bottom, between the head and neck, and around the outer circle of the panda. Now, of course, if you wanted to color your pandas rainbow colors, you could definitely do that. That would be so cool, to do a line of rainbow pandas or pastel rainbow pandas. That would be really cool too. So many ideas running through my head. But for this first sample of mine, I thought I would just show you how you could do the shadows and make them look natural. So I always like doing natural, but I always, later on I get in the funk and I play. So right now I'm just doing au natural and just making them look real. In my little head anyways. I always like shadows, and I love Copic coloring and things like that, and I can totally see myself doing that as well, especially with the bamboos. I love coloring things like that where there's highlights and lowlights, and totally see me doing that in the future too. So I see myself using this again in future videos. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? So now I'm going to also stencil the bamboo. I'm using bundled sage here for the base color, and I'm using one of the Distress Ranger blending tools. These are the mini blending brushes or blending tools from Ranger. And I'm doing this light inking first over both segments. Now you could do different colors under the different segments if you wanted to, but I am going to here again give darks and lights. And so I'm going to do everything this base light color and then come in with Mowed Lawn and do just the joints and do the base of the leaves with the Mowed Lawn. So right now I'm just giving everything this bundled sage color, trying to get the bamboo look of the color of bamboo. And then we will come in with Mowed Lawn just at the joints of the bamboo. And there's the Mowed Lawn. And this will just give it a little darkening. And I'm going to use the Spellbinders mini blending brush for this. These come in a pack of 3, and they're also available in the ScrapbookPal store. And I'm just going to fill in right where the edges of the actual stencil is. So it just goes in the crevices of where those bamboo pieces meet. Now, if you're enjoying the content of these videos, I would invite you to hit the like and subscribe button and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you love about this set. I would love to hear it. And wait until you see the next stencil because the background is amazing. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do the other side of the joint of the bamboo, and then I will show you up close once we do the leaves. So I love this. This is so cute. And getting these little tiny blender brushes in just allows you to get the little itty bitty edges. I think I had a little tiny bit of white space there, and that's why I just nudged the stencil up just a tad and filled in that white space. Now I'm just going to do the base of these leaves. Now I am using an ultra sticky mat from Altenew underneath my work surface that holds my paper and my stencil in place. This is the way I like to stencil. It makes life so much easier. So you see here I have the darkened area in the crevices. And then I colored my other one off screen. So here's all my extra pieces all colored. Now for the yellow and the pink, I used Kitsch Flamingo for the hearts, and I used dried marigold and mustard seed for the butterfly, and for the other butterfly was seedless preserves for the purple. I don't believe we used the seedless preserves in the final project, but I did want to let you know that that was the color that I used there. So I'm using the same blender brush, the mini from Ranger here, to do the background. We're using the same colors as before, so it coordinates and really looks cohesive. And I'm just giving this a once over to get this background base color on the stencil. I really got that base coat. That is the bundled sage. Now for this is the in-between little pieces of bamboo, and I'm going to do that in the Mowed Lawn. Now since this is just went darker, I didn't worry about the brush. I'm going to go ahead and just use this blender brush and just go straight over. It's going a little darker, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to clean it in my microfiber cloth. Now if you're going to go lighter, you can still use the same blender tool, but go ahead and just wipe it down on your microfiber cloth. That's my recommendation. But this is such an easy stencil to line up, and it's just 1, 2, 3, you're done. I loved it. So easy and satisfying. I like something that's quick, easy, and satisfying. And it fills it, since it's a 6x6, it does your A2 perfectly, and it has plenty of room around it to stick down. You see, I'm not holding anything down, and it's just a breeze to stencil because it has all that outer space to stick to your mat. Peel and reveal. Yes. So now I will go and do the leaves. You just got to line them up. It does take a second or two to line up. Make sure you have your joints right where you want them. So take your time. It's well worth your time. There we go. All nice and ready. I will go back in with the, see, it's too dark. I'm getting off all that extra ink. I'm rubbing off. Yep, okay, I grabbed a piece of paper instead of my microfiber cloth. Get all that extra ink off that's too dark. I must not have had a cloth right next to me, but that works too. And that way I have the lighter color. So there's a second sheet for you that works. There we go. Still a little dark, but it worked anyways. There we go. See how easy and simple that is? Perfect. All right. You always also want to go with your stencil both directions, or with your blender brush both directions, because that way you get all the nooks and crannies. And here we go. Looky, look. Isn't that awesome? I just love the way it turned out. Love it. Here's a closer look. Okay, now we have all of our pieces. I've cut this piece here with the Perfect Touch rectangles and tags by Spellbinders. I cut all 3 layers. It's got this beautiful finished edge. So I'm just going to attach these with my glue press from Sweet Petunia, and I will attach all 3 layers. This first layer I'm going to glue straight down. The second layer, I've got to tell you about this new product I got from ScrapbookPal. They're foam squares. You guys are probably familiar with them. They're by Scrapbook Adhesive, but I like them because they come in 1mm and 2mm, and they come with both sizes in the package, so you're not buying multiple packages. So I've got the 2mm here for the background layer, which is going to pop it up a good amount. And then for the extra additional items I'm going to be layering on top, I will be using the 1mm. So for Panda Bear and for his the little tiny sentiment right there, I'm going to be using the 1mm. So it just gives it a, so it's not too high for the characters. But the other beautiful thing about this type of adhesive is that when you're layering things on top of things and all of it has adhesive, sometimes you need a thinner adhesive so things will lay flat. And that'll be something you see from me in the future when we're layering things, because that is something I love, is to be able to have different thicknesses of adhesive. And these are perfect. They're also really easy. That one was meaning 1mm. It's also really easy to get the film off of these. They come off super easy. And I have, my nails done, and sometimes it's hard, actually, when your nails are painted like mine are, to actually get under things. And believe it or not, that's true, especially off like my glass mat and stuff. And these come right off. I can get the plastic right off of them. So I definitely recommend these. So I'm using the 1mm here as well. I also love that you get both sizes in the package, so I don't have to buy 4 packs. They're really affordable too. So I'm glad I purchased those. Look at these. Look at these. They're giving Valentines to each other. She's giving him her heart, and he's giving her a love letter. See, I told you, my nails make it hard. Isn't that so sweet? I just love that. So I'm going to finish it off by putting this adorable little pun on the bottom. I'm centering the Pantastic in the middle. And then I'm going to just kilter the other two to just have a fun little look. You're a fantastic friend. Remember when we were all little and we gave our little Valentines to our friends? We would have the little box in school and we would have our fantastic friends. That would be awesome, right? So I'm going to add the butterfly with a tiny 1 millimeter, and then that'll be perfect right on the back of that. And then I'll hold this up and show it to you. Oh, I'm going to also add a couple little white gel pen dots on here too at the end to the butterfly. But I'm going to use just a few just to tie in the yellow butterfly. I wanted to have a little extra yellow, so I added the honeybee gem stickers. We have a large variety of those in the store. So I wanted to thank you for crafting life with me today. I hope you have had as much fun as I have had. If you've seen anything you like here of interest, the links are all down below. And I hope you have a fantastic day, my friends. I hope you enjoy the card and come back and see us. Bye-bye for now.